Let's talk New York Mets baseball. The Mets continue their great start to the 2025 season as they move to 11-5 after a really nice start against the Twins out in Minnesota. They are still on the road. Let's go ahead and put that in the bank for the New York Mets. Great start to this season. Great start to this new series over there in Minnesota, beating the Twins 5-1 after a pretty decent outing by Clay Holmes. He went 5 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run with only 2 walks and 8 Ks. He now sports a 3.66 ERA. So let's go ahead and put a little bit in the bank for him. Let's go ahead and get into this game and go through the breakdown really quick. First inning was pretty quiet. Lindor had a leadoff double, but we weren't really able to capitalize on it. Second inning was quiet as well. Nothing really happened there. Third inning, we were able to get on the board. Acuna gets on base, and Alonso hits a 2-out single to drive in Acuna. It is now 1-0 Mets. So let's go ahead and cash that in. Let's move on to the fourth. Vientos has a nice play at third. Really nice ground ball coming at him. Really nice play. He attacked the ball, made a really nice throw, and he just looked like a ball player out there with this play. And I'm happy to see him doing much better. He seems to be picking up just a little bit, and hopefully he can continue that and become a viable part of the team and an integral part of the lineup. Hopefully, he did really well last year. Let's hope that he's not a bust this year. Bottom of the fourth, Wallner from the Twins, he hit a triple. It was a really nice hit, but ultimately they didn't really do any damage. No score, no damage, no harm done, no foul. Let's move on to the fifth. Top of the fifth. Let's start at the top of the fifth. Acuna gets a stand-up double, and Soto was up to bat, and Soto leaves him stranded, and I was pretty upset about that. I started to feel like Soto is leaving guys stranded a lot when we have somebody on base, but he does turn that around a little bit later, and we will get to that. Bottom of the fifth, Holmes walks 2 and hits a batter. We've got bases loaded. It was a really rough bottom of the fifth for Holmes, but he was able to get out of it with not too much damage. Vasquez from the Twins did hit a sacrifice fly, and that tied the game up 1-1. But ultimately, we were able to get out of a jam, so not too much harm and whatnot done there. That would do it for Holmes for the night. He was taken out after that, and he went, like I said, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 Ks, and not a bad outing for him. We were able to get the win, so that is much appreciated. Let's move on to the sixth. Alonso gets a lead-off single. Then Vientos is up to bat. He gets a deep gap hit, drives in Alonso. It's now 2-1 Mets. Let's go ahead and cash that in. Vientos is doing much better. He seems to be improving, and hopefully he can keep that up. Next up, we have Torrens. He reaches on a throwing error at first by Justin Topa of the Twins, and Vientos is able to score a run on that throwing error. It is now 3-1 Mets, and boom, let's cash that one in. The error by the Twins kind of did them in and gave us just a little bit more cushion. That would pretty much do it for the sixth. Not too much going on in the sixth. Let's move on to the seventh. Acuna reaches on a bunt, and then he's able to get to second on yet another throwing error at first once again by the pitcher. Soto gets up to bat, and here is where he opens up like a double clip. Soto is able to get a 2-run homer, and it is now 5-1 to the 5-1 Mets. Excuse me. Now, moving on to the bottom of the seventh, Brazzabin throws 11 pitches, and he's able to shut down the side, and that's pretty much it. The eighth and ninth, not too much happening, just had to go through the motions or whatnot, and the Mets ended up taking the game 5-1. Let's take a look at some of these game stats here. Let's see how everything totaled up. It looked like give me 1 second. 1 second here. Mets had 34 at-bats, 5 runs, of course, 7 hits, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Twins had 28 at-bats. They had 1 run, 3 hits, 1 RBI, 3 walks, and 13 strikeouts. So pretty much overall, as far as the hitting day goes, it was a much better day for the Mets when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Let's take a look at some of these pitchers. Holmes, we know what he did. 5 innings, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 Ks, no home runs. Ryan, he also had a pretty decent outing. Ryan went 5 innings. He had 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks with 8 Ks. So not a bad outing by Ryan. Topa didn't do horribly. He only went 1 inning. Well, he had a much tougher time than Ryan, we would say. He went 1 inning. He gave up 2 runs in that 1 inning. Brazaban went 2 innings, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 K. Garrett came in, did what he does. Garrett is doing phenomenal this year. He's got a 0 ERA. He gave up no runs, and he had 2 strikeouts. Stanek came in and closed it out. He had only 1 hit, 2 Ks, no runs. Stanek and Garrett both have 0 ERAs, and that is what's contributing to the Mets. I think they're still in the leading spot for ERA in MLB, or they might be number 2 right now. But overall, they're doing really, really, really well. And what more can you ask for? Let's take a look at some individual stats. Lindor had 5 at-bats. He had 1 hit with 1 strikeout. He's got a 220 average and a 618 OPS. Soto, he opened up a little bit this game, which is really good, really helpful. I hope to see him really start to get comfortable there and really start to open up and really help this team. Anytime he does anything, Yankees fans are going to have something to say about it. I don't know if you're paying attention online or whatnot, but they have something to say about anything that he does. If he doesn't hit 17 home runs in one game, he's a bust, and the $700 million was a waste of time. If he hits a home run, then he doesn't have more home runs than Aaron Judge. It's just something that we're going to have to deal with as Mets fans. Don't worry about it. Blow it off. Let's hope he continues to get better and improve and really becomes a staple on the team. Alonso, let's take a look at Alonso. Alonso's doing phenomenal this year, man. As far as batting is concerned, on the other side of the ball, he's not that big of a factor. He does play really well at first base, but he's, mainly known as, just a powerhouse hitter for the Mets. But he had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI. He walked twice, and he didn't strike out at all, which is good. He's got a 345 average and an 1137 OPS. Nimmo had 4 at-bats, no runs, no hits, no RBIs, didn't walk, and he had 2 strikeouts. He's got a 213 average and 728 OPS. Vientos, nice game, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, and he struck out 1 time. Unfortunately, his batting average is still doing a little rough. He's got to pick it up. He's got a 138 average and a 461 OPS. Winker didn't really do too much. Terrence, not too much. Taylor, not too much. Acuna had a really good day. Acuna had 3 at-bats. Acuna had 2 runs, 2 hits, no RBIs, and 1 walk. He's got a 258 average and a 698 OPS. Acuna is really starting to look like a ball player, man. He's looked really well these last couple of games, especially last night against the Twins. He looked really good. This is where he really started to open up and really look like a ball player offensively and defensively. He's running the bases. He's doing his thing. He kind of has a little nonchalant attitude or whatnot about him. He's just kind of relaxed out there. Maybe that's a good thing, but as he starts to blossom, as he starts to grow, maybe that'll turn into a confidence and a really, really good hitter, a really good defensive player, and another reliable glove out there on the field. Let's talk about some transactions. There's not really going on as far as transactions are concerned. Maybe Jose Siri will show up on those soon. Let's go ahead and into that. Injury report on Jose Siri. He is now week to week because he has a fractured tibia. If you remember back on April 12th against the Athletics, he hit a foul ball off of his shin, and he should be having a follow-up on April 21st, but he is expected to miss significant time, so we'll keep up with that and see what's going on. We should be getting Alvarez and Jeff McNeil back here soon, so hopefully we'll see them before the end of April. Next game is tonight at 7:40 back there in Minnesota. The probable pitchers, or I think the starting pitchers, I should say, are Tyler McGill and Bailey Ober. Let's take a look at what they're looking like. Tyler McGill is 2-1. He's got a 0.63 ERA with 17 strikeouts. Bailey is 0-1. He's got a 7.11 ERA with 12 strikeouts. So not a very promising look for the Twins with that ERA from Bailey Ober. But this is Major League Baseball. You never know what type of night these guys are going to have. He could show up and really show out. Tyler McGill is becoming a really, really, really tough pitcher for the Mets, and hopefully he stays that way and he can continue and stay healthy because we really need his arm, and we're going to need him to get some innings tonight. I would love to see him go at least 6 or 7 innings. That would really help the guys, help the team, and it'll really look good. I think today is Jackie Robinson Day, so shout out to Jackie Robinson, and was an amazing player, and loved having him in the league. I wasn't really around back then to really watch him play, but I mean, all of the highlights and stories and everything like that, everybody knows who Jackie Robinson is, and good for him. But that's pretty much it, man. Hopefully they do a good job tonight, and I really want to see them get another win tonight. Let's go Mets.